You now had the coast section, started with a nice 6-mark question. The 6-mark question had a figure. This was a figure of a beautiful spit. Okay. The question said, explain the contribution of marine processes in the development of these landforms. So, key thing here, which caught quite a few people out. Landforms, plural, means that you have to talk about more than one. You can't just talk about the spit and get 6 marks. There's no way that's going to happen. Okay. So the usual way in which you do is I'd combine at least 2. If you talk about a spit, behind the spit you get a salt marsh, so they kind of work well together. If you talk about headland, less obvious, but you can see one in the back over here. The headland usually goes with the bay behind it, so talk about your headlands and your bay. Okay, that's your AO1. Mention them, explain what they are. Okay. The AO2 is if you talk about a spit and a salt marsh, you need to talk to me about transportation, so longshore drift or the traction, saltation, suspension solution. And you have to talk about deposition processes, so flocculation and gravity setting. Okay, flocculation when the little particles stick together, and eventually when they're heavy enough, they fall to the floor. Gravity setting is just through gravity. Okay. If you talk about headlands and bays, obviously there you need to talk to me about the different types of erosion, hydraulic action, attrition, abrasion, solution, and you need to talk about discordant coastlines, okay, which are perpendicular to the sea. That's kind of what you have to explain in order to get your AO1 is your black bullet point, your AO2 is your white bullet point. If you talked about 2 landforms and explained the process for each, you would have had your 6 marks. Okay, so here's an example of the mark scheme. AO1 transportation. You see it here, vegetation, important stabilizing sand dunes. It's just making points basically, whereas your AO2 is you really explaining how it functions. Okay, again, every time I'm going to show you the mark scheme so you can see what it says, but I've sort of explained what